Dave Neilson, the Fantasy Sports Giant, coming back to you with my waiver wire watch for Week 7 fantasy football. Got two teams on bye this week, Detroit Lions, Houston Texans. Big name players going to be missing this week, likes of Stafford and Deshaun Watson, DeAndre Hopkins, Lamar Miller, Golden Tate. So definitely there's some guys you might want to pick up just for this week for a spot start for those buys. Also some injuries, the biggest one, Aaron Rodgers this past week, so why not pick up Brett Hundley for the Green Bay Packers this week, starting against the New Orleans Saints. The Saints give up 270 yards through the air. I mean, look, he does have talent around him. When you got wide receivers like Jordy Nelson, Randall Cobb, Devontae Adams, they can make some plays for you. You got a nice running game with Ty Montgomery and Aaron Jones, the rookie, and then also a reliable tight end in Martellus Bennett. I like Hundley this week going against the New Orleans Saints. Somewhat of a shootout game. I think he can put up some good numbers and could be a good spot start this week if, obviously, you don't have Stafford or Deshaun Watson due to the bye. Then we have wide receiver Benny Fowler going against the San Diego Chargers. The Denver Broncos right now are going to be out without Emmanuel Sanders and Isaiah McKenzie. Demaryius Thomas is a little banged up. He will play. Benny Fowler will now fill in probably as the number 2 wide receiver of the Denver Broncos. They're going to have to throw the ball to somebody. They just can't rely on Thomas all day. So I like Fowler, who already has 2 touchdowns this season. And then finally for the New York Giants, he's still out there. He's still available. Running back Orleans Darkwa for the Giants going against the Seattle Seahawks, who give up 130 yards on the ground. Darkwa had a big game last week against the number 1 rush defense. The Denver Broncos had 117 yards on the ground, busted off one big play for sure. So I like Darkwa as well this week. So there you go. Brett Hundley for the Green Bay Packers should put up some decent numbers against a Saints team that gives up 270 yards through the air. Benny Fowler going to be the number 2 wide receiver this week. He's already had 2 touchdowns this season. He does have some chemistry there with Trevor Siemian. And finally, Orleans Darkwa for the New York Giants going against the Seahawks, who give up 130 yards on the ground per game. This has been Dave Neilson, your Fantasy Sports Giant. Stay tuned for more fantasy previews for Week 7.